Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharon Yu. If you're out and about today, you're likely in for a pretty rough ride. And if the pothole problem seems worse to you this year, you are not imagining things. Minneapolis city leaders say they haven't seen potholes this bad in 10 years. But as of this point, we can tell you city leaders in both Minneapolis and St. Paul, among others, have a plan. Mayor Jacob Frey says you'll notice more crews working overtime and weekends to fill potholes with an asphalt gravel mixture, or the so-called cold mix. Public Works crews will use about 250 tons of that mix. When the freeze-thaw cycle is over in a couple of weeks, hopefully, crews will then switch to a hot mix, which is more permanent. This new plan is estimated to cost about $1 million, and city leaders say you can help as well.
Call 311, letting us know where these potholes are, how serious, how big they are. If you can get a picture and send it in, that all helps us better help you.
Meanwhile, over in St. Paul, speed limits have been reduced along troubled roads, and Mayor Melvin Carter has proposed a 1% pothole tax that still needs approval from lawmakers and voters. Breaking overnight in North Minneapolis, a man is dead after a fire broke out inside a home. Fire crews say they had to force their way inside the home on DuPont Avenue North. Firefighters say they found a man dead on the first floor. They are now working to figure out what exactly caused the fire. And we have an update to a story we brought you yesterday at noon. An Eagan police officer is in the hospital after a crash involving a semi-truck. We've learned Officer Cade Egham was merging onto I-35E North from Pilot Knob Road after 5 a.m. with his emergency lights on, responding to a call. The squad car tried to turn left at Yankee Doodle but collided with the semi. MnDOT cameras caught the crash, but like we showed you yesterday, they glitched at the moment of impact. A third vehicle was also hit. Well, right now the clock is ticking on NFL teams working to get under the salary cap before 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Vikings have already made some tough decisions. Now, multiple reports say they've converted a portion of Kirk Cousins' 2023 salary into a signing bonus that will give them $16 million in cap space. Cousins was set to have a $36 million cap number this year. He will now play out the last year of his deal, making him a free agent after this season. Switching back to weather now. Okay, those potholes are really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will continue to see that freeze and thaw cycle for the foreseeable future. In fact, once we get into this weekend, maybe some positive news. We cool off below freezing and kind of prevent that from those potholes from breaking up again. That's just for a couple of days, however. In the meantime, you can see filtered sunshine. It's kind of hazy outside, but temperatures are quite warm. 41 degrees, so plenty of melting taking place, and we'll likely pick up another couple degrees and an overall rather quiet Wednesday. These are average highs for this time of year, for what it's worth. Then tomorrow, we get to talk about some snow. We have a winter storm watch that goes right through the center part of the state from southwest to northeast. We are looking at several inches of slushy accumulating snow, and not to mention some blowing and drifting snow as well, with wind gusts potentially up to 40 miles per hour. This is microcast that initially starts off with some rain Thursday morning, so a little wet to start off the day, but as we head deeper into the afternoon, especially mid to late afternoon, we will see that transition over to snow. And the sooner that happens, the more snow we're looking at, probably on the range of 2 to 5 inches around the Twin Cities. And again, it's going to be falling right during tomorrow evening's rush hour commute. Things quiet down by Friday, but it'll be much colder, and the slick roads will likely continue into Friday's morning commute. Here's your day planner for tomorrow. You can see rainy to start with that transition to snow, making for a tricky Thursday evening commute, which is why we've deemed Thursday a weather-worn day. Still breezy and much colder than average through the weekend. And then again, that freeze-thaw cycle continues heading into next week. Sharon?
All right, thank you, Ben. And you'll want to tune into Breaking the News tonight at 6:30 when we go on a pothole road trip. That's right, with the help of viewers and social media, we are going to purposefully look for some of the worst stretches of roads. That way, maybe you'll know what to expect or even avoid the next time you're out. All right, those are your headlines. We'll be back with more in just half an hour.